You are tuned into a special player spotlight interview on the CS Podcast.
Welcome back to another edition of the CS Podcast, presented by the all-new NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com, and of course, follow on Twitter at NFL Draft Bible. As always, I'm your guys' host, Chris Shanafelt, and joining the show for a special player spotlight interview is junior safety for the Eagles of Benedictine University, a small D3 school located here in Illinois, but they have a big-time player by the name of Jarrett Lecas, and Jarrett joins the show now. Thanks for taking some time to chat today, Jarrett. How's everything going?
Yeah, no problem, man. Everything's going well. Just got back from lifting. It's a beautiful morning, so ready to get the show on the road, man.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Now, Jarrett, you guys are 6 games into the season, and you guys have a 4-2 record. Unfortunately, you missed the Week 3 matchup against Adrian College with a concussion, but throughout the 5 games that you have played in this season, you've recorded about 38 tackles and 2 interceptions. I was actually able to attend the game a couple of weeks ago against Wisconsin Lutheran, in which you recorded a season-high 12 tackles. So far, now being 6 games into the season, I mean, how do you feel about your play individually, and how do you feel about where the team is at as we are now past the midway point into the season?
Individually, I think I'm right where I have to be. I got to step up to make a couple more plays over the course of the season. But, as a team, I think we performed over our standards. We beat some of the teams that we played out of conference last year and we're having a hard time with. We came up to this year and got a W, and, it's kind of cool to see the team coming together right now. It's mid-season. We're starting to come together, and it's looking really pretty right now. So hopefully it carries over for the rest of the year, and, man, I'm just really happy with the entire team.
Yeah, you guys are definitely looking good, and this past week you guys played Concordia, Wisconsin, and you guys got off to a slow start, trailing 21-7 at the half, and then falling 28-7 early in the third quarter. But you guys were able to come together and overcome that 21-point deficit after scoring 32 points in the second half to win the game 39-35. After the game, I saw that you tweeted that that was the most incredible game that you've ever played in. Can you explain why that is, and what was said at halftime by the coaches, by some of your fellow teammates, maybe by yourself, for you guys to come out in the second half, continue to fight, and ultimately pull out the victory?
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the craziest games, no doubt. We were struggling in the first half on offense and on defense. We kind of came in throughout the week thinking, we could pull it off. Not as it wasn't going to be as challenging as the other games we had been in, and it was just cool because we came into halftime knowing we were down big, and I kind of brought the guys around in a huddle, and we had to realize that we had to come together and do this thing as one big unit. And we came out there in the second half, and right away we let up another touchdown and went down 28-7, and it was just an incredible performance to see these guys come together after that and rally around each other, and just pull off the W. And Elijah Walker had a heck of a game, 125 yards, 9 catches, 3 touchdowns. That's big time performance from him, especially since he started out slow for the beginning of the season. He just stepped it up big time and came out with the W. So that was one heck of a game by everybody on the team. I was so proud of them. Yeah.
And what does that say about the team? Going into half, you guys are down by 14. It's not impossible to overcome that. And then you guys, like you said, you guys come out in the third quarter, you guys allow another touchdown. You guys are down 21 points, there in the third quarter. A lot of teams, after that first score on that opening drive by the opposing team, a lot of teams would kind of just, lay down and kind of just let the other team get in their groove and ultimately win the game. You guys did not do that. You guys ultimately bounced back. You guys were able to battle through and, like I said, pull out the 39-35 victory. What does that say about the team being able to kind of bounce back in the second half after, like you said, coming off of that very slow start in the first half and opening the second half with a slow start as well?
Well, we're a young team, so we hadn't really seen that before. A lot of the guys have just started their first couple of games this year, and I think it was cool because this is the first time it's really happened to us as a young team like this, and it's just a testament to how we work in the weight room, how we work in the classroom. We might start off slow, but at the end of the day, we're gonna give 100%, and we're not gonna just lay down and take the L. You know what I'm saying? So it was really awesome. It was really cool to be a part of that, and like I said, I'm just so proud of the team.
And a lot of people are talking about that bounce-back victory Michigan State had against Michigan. I'm over here talking about this bounce-back victory from the Benedictine Eagles. That's what I'm over here doing now. Now, being a defensive back, Jerry, you did show some love to one of your fellow teammates, the wide receiver, who had an incredible game. I do have to ask you, though, on the opposing side, Concordia, Wisconsin's quarterback had himself a day. He threw for 5 touchdowns. Now, although you guys won, what has practice been like so far this week after allowing five touchdown passes to Concordia, Wisconsin?
Yeah, well, we knew we had to work. Right after the game, we were happy, but I mean, at the same time, we knew that we had a week ahead of us to get better, and we knew we had to come back and work harder than ever because as a DB group, especially as one of the leaders of this DB group, we don't want to see that any game. And we hold ourselves to a higher standard. So as far as practice goes throughout this week, we've been challenging ourselves, been challenged by the coaches, and we kind of just expect to make plays. As DBs, we call ourselves playmakers because we have the ability to turn defense into offense, and we want to get in our rhythm, get in our groove, and start things going, get things going for the rest of the season and be able to make some plays.
We got Jarrett Lecas, the junior safety for the Benedictine Eagles, here on the CS podcast, presented by the all-new NUC NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com, and Jarrett Lecas is definitely a name that, if you aren't familiar with, you should definitely check him out. Once again, the Benedictine Eagles junior safety. And, Jarrett, looking at what you've done throughout the first 2 years of your college football career at Benedictine, I mean, it's been quite incredible, very impressive to say the least, as a freshman coming out of Lincoln Way East High School, which is only about 10 minutes up the road from where I'm at. You played for the Eagles right away as a freshman. You had an immediate impact. You recorded 78 total tackles, 18 pass deflections, 5 interceptions, and even a touchdown. As a freshman, you were named as the conference's all-first team, and no surprise, you were named the conference's freshman of the year. The following season, as a sophomore, which of course was just last season, you led the team with 111 tackles, 6 more interceptions, and 5 pass breakups. And not to forget, you also had 5 blocked kicks. You were then named a conference defensive player of the year, and you were then selected first team All-North region by D3Football.com. Now, I don't mean to, talk you up. I know that could get some players feeling a little uncomfortable, but how would you describe those first 2 seasons of yours at Benedictine, and what do those accolades mean to you that you've earned over the years?
I'm just happy and I'm blessed to play the game, and it's been a heck of a journey so far. I definitely. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the guys in front of me, the seniors and the juniors over the past 2 seasons. Guys like Rodney Nichols, Steph Herring, Chris Roseman, Drew Kyle. The list goes on and on. But it's just so much fun to play the game, and all the individual stats mean a lot to people. But to me, it's just being out there with the guys and hanging out with them, and there's really no better feeling. So. As far as how it feels to have great seasons like that, it's really just great having seasons with the guys. So that's the best way I could put it.
Now you mentioned Rodney Nichols. He is a former Benedictine defensive back, cornerback. I actually interviewed him last year, and I believe now he's on a part of the coaching staff. I mean, what's that like to still have Rodney around, but he's not there on the field, out there with you as you're probably used to?
Yeah, it's definitely different because, this year I kind of had to step up and take his place as one of the leaders of this DB group, and, it helps having him there still to be next to me on the field and on the sideline there. But, it's awesome to have a friendship like we do, and be able to communicate so well with each other and understand what's going on in the game. And he's really just been a mentor for me ever since I've gotten to this school, and he's a great kid. I love him to death, and he's really taught me how to be a man. So it's awesome having them there.
Hey, there you go. Definitely great to hear. Yeah, it certainly does look like, you guys have a little brothership, being fellow defensive backs. Now he's still sticking around with the team. And like you said, he's been like a mentor for you. So definitely great to hear. Now, Jarrett, just a couple more questions for you, and then I'll let you go. Your time is definitely greatly appreciated. Now, it's not every day you hear about a defensive back leading his team in tackles for the season. Like I mentioned last season, 111 tackles you recorded, and looking a little bit more in depth at your game, you're certainly always around the ball. Having 111 tackles, you'll certainly always be around the ball. You have great instincts, nice ball skills, and you play with intelligence. I mean, it looks like you always have an idea of what's going on with the coverage checks, and you're certainly not afraid to lay a hard hit, as I've witnessed in person. What would you say is your biggest strength as a defensive back?
For me, I play very aggressive. So in order to play aggressive, I need to have a high football IQ. And that's really, it's a lot easier to say than it is to have. But, just studying film, really understanding a defense from not only a player's perspective, but from a coach's perspective too, and how the offenses work and how the defenses work and how they, how they're supposed to scheme and everything. So, in order to play as aggressively as I do, I need to know know the offense, know the defense even more than a regular player would. And I'd say that's probably my greatest attribute, is just watching film and studying the game and realizing, where to make plays at and what time to make the plays when they come. So, yeah.
All right, and final question for you, Jarrett. As I've said, the Benedictine Eagles are 4-2 on the season, 2-0 in conference play, and you guys are coming off of a victory against Concordia, Wisconsin. Now you guys take on Concordia University of Chicago this weekend. What are you guys looking to do to go on the road, keep the winning streak alive, and to make this the fourth straight victory?
I think the biggest thing we got to do is just work hard consistently throughout the week. And really just focus on each game, one game at a time, and we'll be fine, man. I think we got a great team. I think we can take care of it. We got a long ways to go till the end of the season, but we're looking forward to it. And it's been a great ride so far. So hopefully we'll keep it up.
Hey, sounds good. Once again, he's Jarrett Lecas, the junior defensive back for the Benedictine Eagles, Benedictine University, located in Lisle, Illinois. And as I said, Jarrett, that's all I have for you, man. I definitely appreciate you taking some time to join the podcast today. Hopefully we can do this again once you guys are rolling in hot in the Division III playoffs. And I certainly want to wish you all the best, you and your team, all the best as you guys look to advance to a 5-2 record this weekend.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Chris.